When I first started Aikido over 35 years ago, I tried to train as much as possible as well as find ways to accelerate my understanding and practice in Aikido. We are going to dive into the most impactful strategies in today's foundational podcast. Focusing on your Ukemi. So why, of course, Ukemi is a core component of Aikido. We fall. Ukemi is the art of falling or falling. And why is that important, and how does that help boost and accelerate our training? We take falls every class, and we need to learn how to fall generally. And so the better we get at that, and the better we get at that earlier on in our Aikido career, the more falls we can take at a higher level, and whether that's break falls or taking harder falls, on a safe progression path there. But also that Ukemi is also learning to be aware and being prepared to be an uke, being ready ahead of when you're being needed, or sensei may be saying, okay, I'm ready to teach weapons, and you're already, you're their main uke, and you go grab their weapon and give it to them without them saying, can you go get the weapon, right? Those kinds of ideas and concepts. We talked about this first thing. It says Chirimo Tsumore ba Yamato Naru, means even dust can accumulate into mountains. And so that means earlier on, the more Ukemi training you get, you're going to, it's just going to grow and grow into where you're really able to take some really nice falls and protect yourself, and also learn how to really use and be part of the Aikido experience. So the next part is physical and mental conditioning. The more we take, the stronger we're going to get in our core, our stomach, and our core area, and our neck areas, and we're tucking our chin, and we're learning how to really, protect ourselves and integrating that as part of our movements and ideas. When you take a fall, or there's more energy that you're given, or there's an accident, or you fall off a ladder, or you fall off your bike, or you fall on the ice, or you slip on the ice, does your body automatically move into those Ukemi style movements that help protect you as much as possible? Part of that's that conditioning. And I remember students coming to ask me, especially when we were doing lots of Ukemi training, and they would say, well, how do I get it to where Ukemi doesn't hurt anymore? And unfortunately, the answer is, I don't know if it ever goes away, but I think that as over time you mentally condition yourself that the pain is not necessarily felt anymore, and not necessarily hurt pain, just kind of stinging. So it's kind of like when we take Ukemi at the beginning of class, and our legs are hitting the ground and slapping the ground, maybe, or slapping with our hands. Eventually your body kind of integrates that, and it's not jarring anymore, and thus it really doesn't hurt, even though maybe if you pay attention to it, maybe it is. And then I guess would say is that, why is this accelerate your training? This now goes into, as you become a better uke, you'll probably be pulled up as an uke in front of class more often, or from your teacher, and or even at seminars. And the more you get pulled in as an uke, the more ukemi you're going to get. But also you get to train. It's one thing seeing your sensei do movements, but it's another thing of feeling what your sensei or your senpai are doing when they're throwing, right? And so when you feel that, and you feel the movement and the off balance and the power and the kokyu, then you really get to really feel and integrate what Aikido is, right? I always like to, when I go train at seminars, if any way possible, I try to figure out how to volunteer to be in an uke, even if there's some really high level senseis where sometimes you look at their Aikido and it's very subtle, and there's very subtle movements, and kind of your thought process is like, that's interesting. Our style, really big movements with hips and power. But again, sometimes you see the subtle stuff and you're like, well, how's that really work? See, but when you feel it, and you get to grab, and you get to attack, and you get to have commitment in their attacks, then you really feel like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. It still takes a long time to learn, but Kemi is a wonderful way to do that. So the better you're at that, you're going to get pulled in more, you get a few more, and then you get to learn more as a Nage or overall Aikido. Wrapping this up and looking at our virtual dojo blueprint, see that it's all really about your journey and the transformation in Aikido that we're all striving to achieve. And so how do we accelerate that and enjoy the journey along the way? And this is what these 7 strategies and tips are all about. I hope you got something out of it, and I really got a lot out of, sharing my thoughts as well as diving deep into some of these thoughts and subjects. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and please come back soon because we'll have more content all about that Aikido journey.